Kiernan Shipka's journey from a child actress to a leading star in Hollywood is nothing short of magical. From her breakout role as Sally Draper in the iconic series Mad Men to captivating audiences as Sabrina Spellman in chilling adventures of Sabrina, Shipka has proven time and again that she is more than just a pretty face. She's a formidable talent. But behind the scenes, her story reveals a dedication to craft, a lifelong passion for acting, and an inspiring drive that has turned her into one of the most respected young actresses of her generation. What sets her apart isn't just her ability to command the screen, but the fascinating journey that led her to it. How did a young girl with big dreams go on to embody some of the most beloved characters in modern television? Let's explore the life of Kiernan Shipka, her roots, her challenges, and the choices that have shaped her remarkable career. Early life and beginnings. Kiernan Brennan Shipka was born on November 10, 1999, in Chicago, Illinois. Raised in a family that encouraged creativity and self-expression, it wasn't long before Kiernan began to show signs of artistic inclination. Her father, John Young Shipka, worked as a real estate developer, while her mother, Erin and Brennan, was a stay-at-home mom who nurtured Kiernan's growing interest in the arts. From a young age, Kiernan's vibrant personality was evident. Her parents noticed her love for performing, and by the time she was a toddler, it became clear that she had a flair for the dramatic. Encouraged by her family, Kiernan began taking dance lessons when she was just 5 years old. However, her ambitions didn't stop at dancing. She was eager to act, and her parents recognized that her passion was more than just a fleeting childhood interest. When Kiernan was 6 years old, the family made a life-changing decision. They packed their bags and moved to Los Angeles, California, so that Kiernan could pursue acting more seriously. For most families, this would have been a daunting risk, but for the Shipkas, it was a calculated leap of faith. They believed in Kiernan's talent and were willing to make sacrifices to give her the best chance to succeed in the competitive world of Hollywood. Breaking into Hollywood, shortly after arriving in Los Angeles, Kiernan began auditioning for roles. Her striking looks, paired with her mature presence for someone so young, quickly caught the attention of casting directors. In 2006, at just 7 years old, she made her television debut with a small role on Monk, a popular crime comedy series starring Tony Shalhoub. This marked the beginning of what would become a prolific career. Throughout the next few years, Kiernan appeared in a series of minor roles in television shows like Heroes and Jimmy Kimmel Live. Although these were small parts, they were crucial stepping stones, giving Kiernan the on-set experience she needed and exposing her to the ins and outs of professional acting. Then, in 2007, everything changed. The role of a lifetime, Mad Men. At the tender age of 8, Kiernan Shipka landed the role that would propel her to stardom. She was cast as Sally Draper, the daughter of Don Draper, played by Jon Hamm, and Betty Draper, January Jones, in AMC's critically acclaimed series Mad Men. Set in the 1960s, Mad Men explores the advertising world on Madison Avenue and is a deep dive into the complex social dynamics of the time. Sally Draper, a character who grows up in the turbulent 1960s, was initially a small role, but as the series progressed, Sally became one of the most pivotal characters, reflecting the societal changes of the era through the eyes of a child. For Kiernan, this role was an extraordinary opportunity. While many child actors are often overshadowed by their adult counterparts, Kiernan's portrayal of Sally stood out. She brought a depth and subtlety to the character that belied her age, and her ability to hold her own in scenes with heavyweights like Jon Hamm and January Jones was impressive. As Mad Men progressed, so did Sally Draper's arc. Kiernan's performance matured alongside her character, and by the end of the series in 2015, she had solidified herself as one of television's most promising young stars. Critics praised her ability to convey Sally's complex emotions, from the confusion of growing up in a dysfunctional family to the rebellious spirit that emerged as she navigated her teenage years. Critical acclaim, Kiernan's work on Mad Men did not go unnoticed. Throughout her time on the show, she garnered widespread critical acclaim, with many pointing to her as one of the standout performers of the series. She was hailed as a scene stealer, and her nuanced portrayal of Sally Draper earned her several nominations and awards. In 2011, She won the Young Hollywood Award for Scene Stealer, and she was consistently praised for her contribution to what many consider one of the greatest television dramas of all time. However, despite her success on Mad Men, Kiernan remained grounded. She continued to pursue her education and lived a relatively normal life outside of her work, thanks in part to her supportive family, who kept her grounded amid the chaos of Hollywood. Transition to adulthood and new challenges. When Mad Men came to an end in 2015, Kiernan found herself at a crossroads. She was no longer a child actor, and the transition to more mature roles was a daunting task that many young actors struggle with. However, Kiernan was determined to break free from the constraints of her past roles and continue evolving as an actress. During this period, she took on a variety of projects, showcasing her range and versatility. In 2014, while still working on Mad Men, she starred in the independent film Flowers in the Attic, an adaptation of V.C. Andrews' controversial novel. This marked her first major film role and allowed her to explore darker, more complex material. Following Flowers in the Attic, Kiernan appeared in a number of other films, including 1 and 2, 2015, and The Blackcoat's Daughter, 2015. These projects allowed her to push her boundaries as an actress and experiment with new genres, from psychological thrillers to supernatural horror. Despite her growing filmography, Kiernan was selective about the roles she took. She wanted to avoid being typecast and sought out projects that would challenge her and allow her to continue growing as an artist. This period of exploration laid the groundwork for her next major career-defining role. Sabrina Spellman, Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. In 2018, Kiernan Shipka was cast as the lead in Netflix's Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, a dark reimagining of the beloved character Sabrina Spellman from Sabrina, the Teenage Witch. The series, created by Roberto Aguirre-Sacasa, took a more horror-driven approach to the story, exploring themes of witchcraft, darkness, and moral conflict. For Kiernan, this was a monumental opportunity. Sabrina was a character beloved by generations, and taking on such an iconic role came with high expectations. However, Kiernan embraced the challenge with open arms and delivered a performance that was both fresh and captivating. Her portrayal of Sabrina was complex. She was a young woman grappling with her dual identity as a half-witch, half-mortal, while also navigating the challenges of adolescence and the battle between good and evil. Sabrina's impact. The show was an instant hit, and Kiernan's performance was a major factor in its success. Critics praised her for bringing a new depth to Sabrina, balancing the character's innocence with a darker, more rebellious side. Her chemistry with the supporting cast, which included stars like Ross Lynch, Harvey Kinkle, Lucy Davis and Hilda, and Miranda Otto and Zelda, added to the show's charm. What made Kiernan's portrayal of Sabrina so captivating was her ability to convey the character's internal struggle. Sabrina was not just a cheerful teenage witch. She was a young woman wrestling with her identity, the expectations placed upon her, and the weight of her choices. Kiernan brought a level of emotional depth to the role that resonated with audiences, making Sabrina a relatable and complex heroine. The show ran for 4 seasons, and throughout its run, Kiernan continued to receive critical acclaim for her work. She was nominated for several awards, including the Saturn Award for Best Actress on Television. Sabrina Spellman became one of her most iconic roles, solidifying her place as one of Hollywood's leading young actresses. Evolving beyond Sabrina. While Chilling Adventures of Sabrina was a significant milestone in Kiernan Shipka's career, it was clear that she had no intention of being pigeonholed into a single type of role. She continued to seek out diverse and challenging projects that allowed her to grow as an actress. In 2020, she starred in the romantic comedy film Let It Snow, based on the novel by John Green, Maureen Johnson, and Lauren Miracle. The film, which was a departure from the darker material she had been working on, allowed her to showcase her comedic timing and lighthearted charm. In addition to her work in film and television, Kiernan also began to explore other avenues of the entertainment industry. She lent her voice to several animated projects, including The Legend of Korra, in which she voiced Jinora, and When Marnie Was There, a Studio Ghibli film in which she provided the voice for Marnie in the English-language version. Personal life and activism. Despite her rising fame, Kiernan Shipka has remained remarkably grounded. Unlike many young stars who find themselves caught up in the pressures of Hollywood, Kiernan has managed to navigate her career with grace and maturity. Part of this can be attributed to her supportive family and close-knit circle of friends. Kiernan is also known for her activism and philanthropy. She has been a vocal advocate for gender equality and has used her platform to speak out on issues such as women's rights and the importance of representation in the media. Additionally, she has supported environmental causes and has participated in campaigns promoting sustainability and climate action. Her social media presence reflects her down-to-earth nature. While many celebrities use their platforms for self-promotion, Kiernan often shares glimpses of her personal life, from her love of fashion to her adventures with her beloved dog, Frankie. Fashion icon and influence. In addition to her acting career, Kiernan Shipka has also made a name for herself as a fashion icon. Her impeccable sense of style has earned her praise from fashion critics, and she has become a regular fixture at high-profile events like the Met Gala and Fashion Week. Throughout her career, Kiernan has worked with some of the biggest names in fashion, including Chanel, Dior, and Valentino. She has graced the covers of several fashion magazines, including Elle, Harper's Bazaar, and Teen Vogue, and has been lauded for her ability to effortlessly blend classic elegance with youthful, modern flair. Red carpet evolution. Kiernan's evolution on the red carpet has mirrored her growth as an actress. From her early days in sweet, age-appropriate dresses to the bold, fashion-forward looks she embraces today, Kiernan has consistently impressed fashion critics. Her style choices reflect her confidence and willingness to take risks, whether it's donning a chic, minimalist gown or an avant-garde ensemble that pushes the boundaries of conventional fashion. The future of Kiernan Shipka. As Kiernan Shipka continues to build her impressive career, the future looks incredibly bright for the talented actress. Having successfully transitioned from child star to leading lady, she has proven that she is more than capable of carrying major projects on her own. Looking ahead, Kiernan has expressed a desire to take on more diverse roles that challenge her both as an actress and as an individual. She has also hinted at a possible move behind the camera, with aspirations to direct and produce in the future. Whatever path she chooses, it's clear that Kiernan Shipka is just getting started, and her fans eagerly await her next move. Kiernan Shipka's journey from child star to Hollywood heavyweight is a testament to her talent, determination, and passion for her craft. From Sally Draper to Sabrina Spellman, she has consistently delivered performances that have captivated audiences and critics alike. But beyond her on-screen achievements, Kiernan's grace, humility, and commitment to making a positive impact set her apart as a role model for aspiring actors and young women everywhere. With a bright future ahead, there's no telling what heights she'll reach next.